Hey folks, thank you for tuning in for another Elden Ring boss guide. This time we're discussing Lansseax, a legendary dragon. You do find Lansseax for the first time down here when you first enter Altus Plateau by the abandoned coffin after defeating Magma Worm Makar. Lansseax will ambush you right there at the number 1. After you drain about 1/5 of its health, it will fly away, and a lot of people don't know where you find it again. It's actually right over here, right outside the walls of Lanedale on the west side. To get there, you just want to follow this path here going north, and when you get to this bridge, the forest-spanning Great Bridge, right by the site of Grace, you'll find a way gates that when you use, teleports you across to the other side of the bridge. You can just follow the path all the way down this way, and when you find this fork in the road, you can go south, follow it all the way down. You'll find the Sainted Hero's grave. You can just follow the slope a little bit southeast, and you'll find that Lansseax spawns right here in this vicinity at the number 1. Now, Lansseax does have a lot of lightning moves, ancient dragon lightning moves at that. When it swings its claws around, it generates a lot of electricity, so you need to be careful of that, as it can hit you and do a lot of damage very quickly. And then from there, it'll roar, which generates a lot of electricity as well. It can tail swipe, it can blow fire out of its face, like all dragons do in this game, as well as it does have the legendary move Lansseax's Glaive, which you do get rewarded with when you defeat him. So with that said, let's get started. You'll see that my strategy is basically running at its back legs constantly and tickling its toes. Another boss in this game where we call the toe strats. So once a crash lands, you run for its back feet. It'll take a moment to roar, so that way it generates a lot of electricity. Land your combo and then back off from the electricity there. You see how it swung and it generated electricity as well? That's pretty scary. There's Lansseax's Glaive. You just want to dodge right at the very last second before it hits the ground. And then you just go at the back legs like crazy. Now, breaking the poise of this dragon is pretty difficult, but it is possible all the same. It is possible. I really would not worry about it though. I would more focus on trying to land, whatever damage you can as far as bleed and frost, maybe even a little bit of poison or scarlet rot. Those are the most effective ways to apply damage to this boss. Okay, here is the wing move. Luckily, that move does no damage, so you don't have to worry about that. But you still need to make sure that you can avoid getting knocked down if you can. If you are to get knocked down, you need to make sure that you recover quickly, because it'll often follow up with another attack that does big damage, like a ground pound or something like that. There's a bit of a lunge. Generally speaking, that biting lunge can do damage, but it's pretty hard to get hit by, if I'm being honest with you. It's pretty easy to dodge just by walking to the side of it. There's Lansseax's Glaive again. If you do happen to find a window of opportunity to get underneath Lansseax, you'll find that the Glaive just cannot hit you, so there is that as well. And then when it rears up on its hind legs and starts blowing fire, you can just go crazy on its tail and land a ton of damage. And that would be my recommendation in that moment. But as you can see, overall, Lansseax is taken down very quickly by Frost and Bleed. Not a major deal. You just kind of do what you would normally do against most dragons. Keep your patience, keep your stamina up, and just focus on basic survival. Don't get hit by the fire like I did there. It can do a lot of damage very quickly. We don't like that. Just hit the tail, man, and it's over. You just need to be really careful and pace yourself. Make sure that you always have at least a little bit of stamina, so that way you're not caught off guard. You want to make sure you can roll at least a couple times. So never just spend all your stamina if you can avoid it, and if you do have a small stamina pool, then just be aware of your regeneration. Make sure that you're making that a priority, because the damage that Lansseax can do can be quite surprising no matter how much health you have. With that said, guys, I hope this video helps you. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I'll see you soon for more.